All right, so because of the technical difficulties, we are going to have to come back at it this way. We're going to have to do Testify Tuesday this way. That one should have ended, and you should see a new one coming in, do you? Well, I'm live now. It's telling me I'm live, so let's see if you guys can see this or hear this. Okay. All right. Yeah, I see people are watching. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you so much. I am so sorry about all the problems that we had. I need you to bring me my charger because my phone's about to die. But for some reason, the devil just does not want this broadcast to go forth. He is fighting with everything he has to keep this from happening tonight, from technical issues to more technical issues to, if you can believe it, yet again, more technical issues. It seems like that's all that we're coming against. All right, Kent, I can see you now. I had to come out and come back in to be able to see you. So I'm guessing that is why we started over again. So everyone else, when you come in, yes, I see it now, Kent. We got it. We cooking with grease now. When you come in, please like and share. Please like and share this broadcast. We had to stop it a few times because we were having some trouble. We were having a few difficulties, but we have gotten it all straightened out now. All is well. We should be good to go ahead and broadcast from this point on. So for all of you who do not know, I am your host, Felicia Joseph, and you just heard Soaring by our guest for the evening, Kent Osborne. So now, without any further ado, with all that has been going on, with all the problems that we have been having, it is time to get into the testimony for the evening with our guest. So for those of you who do not know, I'd like to introduce to other your big bro, my big bro, K.O. Kent Osborne. He is the man of the hour, the man with the testimony, the man that we're all waiting to hear from on this evening. So it is saying that it is adding him in, so he will be in with us very soon. Again, when you come on, please like and share this broadcast for me. Like and share so that others will be able to hear what's been going on and how good the Lord has been. I want to thank everyone for your patience on tonight. It has been a little tasking to get everything done. I'm not really sure why things have taken so long and why everything is going backwards, but it is. Ha! We're ready. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
When I say the devil does not want this testimony to come forth, bro, he is fighting hard.
Yeah,
Now, I've
yeah.
had some technical difficulties before. I've never had this many technical difficulties trying to start a broadcast, but I am
Man.
so grateful. I am so grateful that you did hang in there, you stuck in there with me,
Yes.
and we actually made it. So what I want you to do, hey Frederick, how are you? Did you use that whole box of tissues today? I know you missed me. You used all the Kleenex, but anyway, that was work talk. We'll talk about that later. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us, introduce yourself to the Testify Tuesday crew.
Well,
You're back, you're upside down.
all right, all right, all right. What about now? I'm all right now?
Yeah, you are right now.
All right. All right. Well, my name is Ken Osborne. Um, Lost my parents young. Dad at 5, mom at 9. End up having to go live with my aunt. I got a testimony. Having to go live with my aunt, got into the streets. Been to prison. Been to prison twice, actually. The second time in prison, I gave my life to God in prison the second time. Got out, still had challenges, different things like that. I'm sure we'll get more into the testimony, but just going over it a little bit.
That's fine.
Yeah, got out. Got out. It was tough for me getting out, trying to find a job as a convicted felon. That's another testimony in itself. Had to struggle to get a job. Now I own my own businesses, got my own record label, own trucking company. I'm also an author of motivational speaking, working on a 10-minute movie, man. God just been blessing me, but that's a little bit about Ken Osborne.
All right, all right. And that's what we're here for on this evening. We're here to discuss and talk about it and hear all of the wonderful things that the Lord has done for you. So when I first heard your testimony, when I tell you I was blown away, it
Yeah.
was unreal, but it speaks to how good God is. It
Yes.
speaks to the power and the changing love of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
So in all that you do with music first, let's touch on music first. With music as an artist, what is it about, what message, if any, are you trying to get out there to the world
Well,
with your music?
with my music, what I'm trying to get out to the world is that, you know, God can use anybody. You know, I got a, like I said, my testimony, just sharing that, you know, how God brought me from a mighty long way, and from
Right.
the things that He's done for me in my life, from just coming from prison and just owning my own companies, and just letting everybody know, no matter what you done been through in your life, I'm talking about no matter what you done been through, you got people that think they done so much in life that, you know, God don't love them, and that they can never be nothing, they can never achieve anything in life. So my
Right.
story and my music is letting you know that you can do it, man. You can achieve anything that you want. Because if I did it, you can do it. And that's the message I'm trying to get out. If I did it, you can do it.
And tell us how, when you say this, when you go out, because we all can say, oh, we need to talk to the young people. Oh, the young people are always doing stuff to get in trouble. Oh, they don't know how to stay out of trouble. They're in the streets. You actually go out to minister to the young people and to the youth. When you give that message across, how is it received? When you let them know it's never too late. You should never say never. If you can dream it and believe it, you can do it. Tell me, how does that work for you? How are you received with that from the younger generation?
Oh man, the younger generation, man, they love it when I go out and tell them that you have kids that, like, I go to the detention centers, right? So I go into the detention center and speak to these kids, and they be so excited, man. They sit there, they be in tune, they be listening to every word I be saying, because a lot of them that came through problems they didn't have. So a lot of them don't have fathers in their life, you know. They just being raised by their moms. So now
Right.
they go out into the streets, and they letting the streets raise them. They looking for love in all the wrong places, right? So when they hear a
Right.
story like mine, or somebody that done been out there in the streets like them, that done made the same mistakes they did and that's successful, man, their eyes be lit up and empowers them so much. And then they go to asking questions. When I tell them about my trucking company, you have kids in the detention center, they be like, hey man, how can I get in trucking, man? What I gotta do? So they real excited about it. It really pumps them up. And then I share about God with them, and they be asking about God. It's just amazing.
That's wonderful. See, and that's what it is. It's not so much that they're into bad things, or it's not so much that they're making a bad choice. A lot of times they don't know what's actually out there for them. They don't
Right.
know about the opportunities that are out there, or that they have a chance, or this doing these types of things are open to them. So with your outreach ministry,
Yes.
how is it difficult to find, how can I say this, because of your story,
Mhm.
because we all, not we all, but a lot of people, you share your testimonies, do you find more ministries and people asking you to come and share your testimony and share your story with others?
Yes, because see, the thing about it, people like to hear, they like to hear of from somebody that went through something. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Somebody that had went through something and made it out of. They don't really like to hear about somebody that's already there. They didn't grow into something. You know, they never got into nothing, but it was always good. They want to hear somebody that then went through something and came out of it, because it gives them hope and inspiration and motivation that they can do it. So yeah, I get a lot of that, because most people, like I said, most people, especially coming out of our society, they have been through something. You know,
That's
everybody
right.
has been through something. Everybody got a testimony. So yeah, they call me and bring me in a lot to come speak about that.
And I know that you said that you um do the detention centers for the young people. Tell me about how your testimony impacts them. Tell us a little bit about your testimony. Share with the Testify Tuesday why you are so well suited for this type of ministry, for this type of work. Because like you said, you can't have a person who's never made $1 million try to tell me how to make $1 million. You can't
Right.
have the man that I just put a quarter in his in his beg jar give me advice on how to further my finances. But when you have somebody who's walking in it, somebody who has gone through it, somebody who has seen the bad side of it, who has come against the opposition, who has made the bad choices and had to suffer the consequences of them, still tell you, hey, even at that point, it's not over. Even at that point, you're not done. Even at that point, you still have opportunities. Tell us how that plays a part with what you do.
Okay, all right. Basically, I said, when I lost my dad at 5, lost my mom at 9, and basically when I lost my mom, see, my mom, she used to show us so much love and affection. Me and my 2 other brothers. I had 2 other brothers, so it's 3 of us. And my mom used to show us so much love and affection. She used to kiss us and tell us that we was gonna be the world and that we was gonna be everything, right? But when my mom passed, we had to go live with my aunt, and it was totally different going to live with my aunt. I love my aunt to death, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody perfect. She did the best that she could, but she didn't give us that same love and affection that my mom gave us. Everything was totally opposite. She would get mad, and she was a Christian. She kept us in church, just like my mom. My mom kept us in church too. So my aunt kept us in church. She would get upset, and she would say, "I beat your ass. I beat your ass." Then she would just say the whole word. My mom never cussed at us. She would say the whole word. So that was kind of different from what my mom was doing. And plus, she was getting money for our parents being dead. And sometimes my aunt used to take us to the Salvation Army and buy us these hand-me-down clothes. Now, we was never used to that kind of stuff. And she had kids. And she used to allow some of her kids to whoop us. And these are our cousins. So now we end up fighting our cousins. So there's a lot of stuff that I didn't agree with. And I always tell the parents out there, as far as with the kids, no fathers, you got to beat up for your kids. You got to love your kids. You got to show them that love and affection. Even if you mentoring or if you raising a kid that's not yours, make sure you show them that love and affection. You are their Superman. You are their superheroes. They look up to you. So whatever you do, that's what they're going to do. So you got to be that example for your kids. Mothers, you got to be the examples for your daughters, because your daughters are going to do what they see you do. So you got to be that perfect example. You got to be that She-Ra. You got to be that Wonder Woman. You got to be that leader and lead your daughter, lead your kids. And see, I wasn't getting that. I wasn't getting that with my aunt, where she's supposed to be giving me the same thing that my mom was giving me. She wasn't giving me that. So what did I do? I went out into the streets looking for it. I ran away from my aunt's house at 14 years old. The last straw was when we got into an argument, and I told her, I said, "This house ain't big enough for me," which was real stupid. She said, well, how big do you want this house to be? I'm just a little kid talking about it ain't big. I just said, the first thing came to my mind, you know, and then I said, "I want my mama." She was like, "Well, your mom ain't never coming back. She gone." And I ran to my room, and when she went to sleep, I ran out the window at 2 o'clock and ran over to my cousin's house, right? And my cousin was a little older than me. She was grown though, so she ended up getting custody of me from my aunt. Right. So, but my cousin, she basically, like I said, she was young too, but she was grown. But she let me do whatever I wanted to do. Right. She said, as long as I go to school. So this is where everything happened at right here. I started hanging out with all the wrong people. I started going into the streets looking for love. And that's why I tell you, your parents, y'all got to treat them kids right, because they're going to go other places looking for love. And you don't want them to go in the streets looking for that love, because if they're going to the streets looking for that love, it's going to be the wrong kind of love. Right. So I went into the streets looking for that love and started hanging out with all these wrong people, started hanging out with all these knuckleheads, started robbing, stealing, snatching purses, all that crazy stuff, right? So this is what I want to say about this, and I want to tell this to the young people. The people you hang around plays a major important part in your life. Who are you around? You got to take inventory on the people that you are around, because the people you hang around plays a major important part in your life. If you hang around losers, you're going to become a loser. If you hang around winners, you're going to become a winner. So you got to get around people that are winning in life, right? So I was getting around people that were losing, ended up going to jail at 16 years old for aggravated assault on a police officer. The officer said I tried to aim the gun at him, which I didn't try to aim the gun. I had a gun, but I didn't try to aim it. I was throwing the gun away, but he said I tried to aim the gun at him. I ended up going to jail at 16 years old, and they judicated me as an adult. Now I'm sitting in jail, in the county jail. 16 years old, did 6 months, ended up beating that case, got out after 6 months, got out, got back into the streets and started hanging around the same kind of knuckleheads I was hanging around with the first time. Like I say,
Boy.
people you hang around plays a major important part in your life. So make sure you hang
Yeah.
around the right people. So I started doing the same thing, selling drugs, robbing, stealing, snatching purses, all that crazy stuff. And I found myself in prison at 19 years old for the first time in my life. Now, when I was in prison at 19 years old, man, it was like I was tired. My body was tired. I was tired from all the drugs, from all the powder I was snorting. I was tired from all the weed I was smoking. I was tired from all the Hennessy I was drinking. I was tired. My body was tired. It's like I needed this vacation. It's like Jesus Christ saved my life by allowing me to go to prison. And when I was in prison, the police, they talked to me any kind of way. They spit in my face. They told me when to eat. They told me when to take a bath. They told me when to talk on the phone. They told me when to go to sleep. And I'm telling you, the food was nasty. That junk was disgusting. And people, I'm telling you, people was getting murdered in prison. People was getting raped in prison. Man, it was a horrible experience in prison. And when I was in prison, they used to send us out on the rec yard every morning for cleanup duty. And they had other people, some people had to stay for cleanup duty. Everybody else had to go on the rec yard. So when we used to go out on the rec yard every morning, my thing was really getting on the weight. So I used to be pushing up that weight. Getting on them dips.
Get it.
The push up. Your boy was getting swole. I was getting right enough. But after
Prison muscles.
Yeah, prison muscles. That's right. Get right. So I was getting swollen and my thing was working out. And then after working out, I had them built the passion, right? I built the passion for music, right? So now we would go on the rec yard and people would crowd around on the rec yard and you would have somebody beating on the tables. Just beating on the table, making the beats, right? And then I used to rap. So I used to rap, and the music I was making is promoting violence, it's promoting sex, it's promoting guns, it's promoting all that crazy stuff, right? So the music I was making, it went kind of like this right here. Every day I hustle hard just to reach the stars. My candy-coated Buick bring pain to these other cars. Rolling down these messed up streets where I put time in. To escape them federants, you can say it's perfect time in. My life was based on numbers, selling dope and smoking weed. Didn't give a so what, I got 2 mouths to feed. So my music went kind of like that. And the guys that was in there, they was in that kind of stuff, right? Because they came from that kind of background. So that's the music
that's what they
making.
knew too, right?
Yeah. So that's the kind
they do too, right?
That's what they do, exactly. So they was all, yeah, when you get out, KO, don't let it go. Don't let it go. I said, when I get out, man, I ain't gonna let it go. After doing 16 months, I ended up going to work release, right? And basically what work release is kind of like a program, just like prison, but you get more freedom. The same guards that work in prison, they work in work release, right? So you get more freedom. You get to go out to work and get a job and work through the daytime, but you got to come back. It's kind of like a transitional system. And they allow you to go home.
Is it like a halfway house mostly? Is it similar to that, or?
I guess you could say that. I guess you could say kind of like a halfway
But
house.
you had to have a job. You had to hold down a job to qualify for that, right?
Yep. You got to get a job,
okay.
And you got to come back to that center after like 5 o'clock. If you get off work, you got to go back to the center.
Okay.
Right, and then you get to go home on the weekends, but you got for like 8 hours. For 8 hours, but then you got to come back. So they basically give you a little transition, getting you ready for the outside, so you have some money in your pockets when you get out. Right. So after I did that, got me a job, and after work we used to come back to the center. I used to go back, be working out. When I get back to the center and work out. Yeah, getting buff, getting right.
You go bold.
Right. And then I had a cousin that was on the outside. He had went by my girlfriend's house and told her to tell her to give me a call. He gave her the number and told her to give me a call, right? So now when I called my cousin, this same cousin, before I went into prison, this same cousin, he was like a kind of big dude. He used to be like, I don't want to describe him, but he wasn't doing too good, right? Before I went in, he wasn't too good. But when he had told me, he was on the phone with me, he said, "Cuz, listen." He said, "Man, I done came up, cuz." He said, "I done came up." He said, "I'm a big time drug dealer." He said, "It ain't like it used to be." He said, "It's way different, ain't like it used to be." He said, "I'm gonna put you on." He said, "When you get out, you're gonna be strong. You're gonna be strong." So now I'm happy. I'm going around the compound. Yeah, I'm finna be on. So all my homeboys that was locked up with me from that was from my neighborhood, I'm telling them, yeah, when I get out, I'm gonna be on. Y'all make sure y'all come holler at me. Come holler at me. I got y'all. I got y'all. See, my mind was still locked up inside that mental prison that I be talking about, right? That mental prison that keeps us stuck in life and making bad choices in life. Because I was still talking about happy about doing something that was gonna get me back in the same place where I was at now. I'm happy about getting out to do something that was gonna put me right back where I was at. And see, it's a lot of people out there right now. A lot of people out there right now still locked inside that mental prison that's locked up. And they still talking about getting out, doing the same thing, still getting out, talking about hooking up with them same people that they was hooking up with before when they was out, still talking about getting up, hooking up with them same relationships that they was with that had got them in the situation that they in. They still locked up inside that mental prison, right? So I was locked up inside that mental prison. And I did get out. And just like that cousin said, he did put me on. Man, we was rolling. I'm talking about, man, we was buying keys. We selling half the keys a day. It would be time when my cousin would be like, man, I made 10,000 a day. I said, I made 11,000 a day. He'll say, I made 12,000 a day. I said, I made 13. We were just going up to how much money we was making, man. I'm talking about, we was living it. We were living the life. We thought we was on top of the world, man. We felt like we were living the American dream, right? And then one day I started taking all that money that I was making. I started taking all that money I was making and I started investing it into my music, right? The music that I was telling these guys that I was going to do when I was in prison. So I started taking that money and investing it into the music because what I wanted to do was I wanted to make it up out the drug game and just do music, trying to do something, trying to take something that's negative and put it into something positive. But you can't
make it positive. Right. KO, I think you're frozen. Well, he's frozen, but he'll be right back. I know it's gonna pop back in, and we're gonna pick up right where we left off. Did I not tell you guys that he had a phenomenal testimony? He has a testimony that is relevant to today's society. He has a testimony that's relevant to the young people today. He has a testimony that's relevant to what's pulling our children out of the church and into the arms of the law, that's pulling our children out of the church and onto the street. You know, there's that allure, like this is what's good, and like he said, it's a prison of your mind. Hey Maya, hi, how you doing, honey? Thank you so much. I saw so many people coming in. I want to say thank you guys so much for coming in and sharing. KO will be right back with us. I'm just waiting for him to pop back in so he can finish with this phenomenal testimony. But like he said, if you keep making the same bad choices, you're gonna keep getting the same responses. When you keep making the same bad choices, you are never going to get to a different end. Your destination will always be the same. You cannot be rewarded for sinful activities. You will not be rewarded for wrong decisions. You cannot hang around with the dogs but then expect that you don't have fleas. You cannot hang around in the whorehouse and expect that you don't get the stigma of either being one or using the services of one. That's how it is. You can't create this circle of negativity and then think that out of that circle of negativity is going to spawn positive results. It does not work that way. It is not so. But I am so grateful that my brother has a testimony that yes, I was there, yes, I experienced this, yes, I used to think that my actions were going to give me everything I wanted, everything I desired. Yes, I used to think and used to believe that if I got out of jail, I could sell drugs and live a better life and not end up back in jail. If I go to jail for thieving and for robbing, I'm still in jail thinking when I get out, yeah, I'm not going to do that. This time I'm going to sell drugs. This time I'm going to run women. This time I'm going to become a bookie. This time I'm going to, run an illegal gambling ring. This time I'm going to, it doesn't matter if that's all sin and it's all illegal and it's all negativity, it's going to get you to the same destination. So you have to make up in your mind And yes, this is spiritual as well. You know, even with us in church, we're in church one day, out of church the next day, in church one day, out of church the next day. Oh, we don't want to listen to the man of God. We don't want to listen to the leaders. We want to do it better ourselves. So we're just going to stay home and watch televangelist on the TV. But then, as soon as something happens, as soon as God turns up the heat in your life, as soon as God takes his hand off of you and his covering hedge from around you, and you fall into temptations and situations you can't get yourself out of, then you run back to the church thinking, oh, maybe that wasn't the best idea. All right, but that's enough for me. We're gonna bring my brother back. It looks like he came back in. Let's see if we can get him back in so he can continue with this phenomenal testimony. And I want to thank you all for joining. Those of you who have joined tonight know that we usually do this on Tuesday. It's Testify Tuesday, but we did it on a special night this evening for this Friday. But you can always catch us with phenomenal testimonies every Tuesday at 7 p.m. All right, bro. The last thing we heard was you said that you were making the plans that when you got you were saying how you and your cousin thought that y'all were living the American dream. Y'all had all the money. Every day you were making more and more and more and more money. And that's where you went out and froze up.
That was my bad. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. My battery went dead on my phone. I know I seen it going dead earlier, but I just got so into that testimony, man, that I forgot all about the battery was going dead. but yeah, I'm back, man. I'm back. So you said so I was saying, well, me and my cousin, we was making the money. That's where I was at, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
All right. So yes, and I said I was taking that money and I started investing that money into the music business, right?
Right.
I was trying to make it up out the music game and do something positive. So I started doing songs with all these artists. I started opening up for Lil Wayne. I know everybody have heard of Lil Wayne. Opening up for Juvenile. I was opening up for Plies. I started doing songs with Phil Mob. I did songs with Pastor Troy, and I just started doing promotional tours around the South. Now, around this time, my cousin, his baby mama, when she was pregnant, my girlfriend, all us lived together, right? So now my cousin, he was allowing people to come to the house and see drugs and seeing money all over the place, right? So the rules of the game back then was you never let people see everything. You only show them what they gonna buy. You don't let everybody see everything. So my girlfriend, she knew about the game because her baby daddy was in the feds. So she knew about the game. So she had came to me one day and she was like, "No, baby, I'm getting scared. I'm nervous." She said, "Let's get out the game and let's see if we can go start another life in Atlanta and leave the game alone. You get a job and everything." She said, "Because I'm scared for myself." She said, "I'm scared for your cousin, pregnant baby mama." He said, I'm scared for you. She said, "I'm scared for you." She said, "Let's just see if we can go start another life." So I'm like, "Well, man, I don't know about that." I said, "Man, I'm making 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 a day. You just want me to just up and just leave the game like that? All this money I'm making?" I said, "Plus I'm a convicted felon. You know, mine's still locked up. I wouldn't even think." I'm like, "Man, I probably can't even get no job." I said, "Man, I don't know about that." So she talked to me and I end up agreeing with her. And we end up leaving after a couple of days, right? So now a couple of days I'm gone. We at the hotel. I get a call 4:00 in the morning. Hello, Miss Ken Osborne now. Yeah, who is this? It's the Palm Bay Police Department. Yeah, what's going on? We need you to come back to Palm Bay. There's been a homicide at your place. We need you to come back in. We need you to come for questioning. I'm like, "What's going on?" Your cousin just been shot. I'm like, "Oh," hang up the phone. Boom! Punched the hole in the wall. In the hotel, my hand went through the hotel wall, punched the hole in the wall. I was so angry. And my girl jumped. She's like, "Baby, what's going on?" I said, "Man, we got to go. Somebody done shot my cousin." You know, I'm mad. So we got up. We packed our stuff up. We got on the road. What hadn't happened was some people hadn't came into the house. Some boys hadn't came in the house. And they hadn't grabbed my cousin and his girlfriend. And they hadn't took them to the closet and had them on their knees execution style. Right? Got his pregnant girlfriend on the knees. Him on one side, got her on one side. So then they begin to ask him, you know, where the drugs at. So he's telling them he don't have anything. And as he began to tell them that he don't have anything, they begin to shoot his girlfriend 14 times. right? Last shot they shot in the head. Bah, shot in the head. She falls over into his arms. And she's shaking, eyes rolling back, and she's drooling out the mouth, and she's dying. So he got her, he's crying, and he turns around and asks them, why did they do this? As soon as he said, why did y'all, pow, pow, they shot him twice in the head. He falls over, they runs out. It was by the grace of God, got to be God. He got up after being shot in the head twice. He got up, he stumbled out the closet. He knew he was shot. He didn't know where he was shot at. He fell on the bed. He seen the blood all on the bed. So he knew he was shot in the head because he seen the blood and his head was throbbing. So he got up and he stumbled down the hall and stumbled all the way down the hall. You can see the blood streaks all the way down the hall, made his way to the kitchen, and then he went into the bedroom and he called the police, right? And he blacked out. So now me and my girl, by the time me and my girl got back to Palm Bay, Florida, somebody in my family, I don't know who it is, they had been got together and they went and shot the boy's mama house up who shot my cousin and killed his baby mom and his girl. They went and shot the boy's mama house up. See, because the thing was, when you in that game, the thing was, if you can't get to the person that did something to you, you go after their family. You go after their loved ones, right? So that was part of the game. So that's what my family did. It was by the grace of God. Nobody didn't get hurt. Nobody wasn't there. The mama wasn't there. The daddy wasn't there. So nobody didn't get killed. Nobody else didn't get killed. So me and my girl came. We got back. And for like 30 days, me, my cousin, all us, we scrapped. We got guns. We looking for these people. We looking for these dudes for 30 days straight with guns. Our intention was, as soon as we see them, we was going to kill them. Because they done shot my cousin twice in the head. They done killed my cousin's girlfriend and his little baby, which was my little cousin that was in her stomach. They didn't kill us, so we was gonna get these dudes back. The police had them armed and dangerous. The police was gonna shoot on sight. So these guys out there running around. So for 30 days, we could not find them. They ended up turning themselves in after 30 days, turning themselves in to the police. So once they turned themselves in, me and my girl, we didn't pursue to go to Atlanta. We just stayed. We just went ahead and just stayed in Melbourne, right? So and I jumped back in the game. Started back selling dope because I needed money. I had mouths to feed. So I had to get back in the game, and I knew I was a convicted felon. My mind still trapped. I wasn't even really thinking about no jobs. I'm thinking about getting money. How can I get money? So I jumped back in the game.
I know how to get the money and get it rolling in. So let me just go back to what I know.
That's it. But you would think after all this, in and out of jail, been to prison, then my cousin and his pregnant baby mama get shot execution style, that I knew God was giving me a wake-up call. Like, KO, my son, you got to chill. You would have thought I would have known better after God gave me this wake-up call, right? Right?
But how about this happened in the house that you used to live in with your girl? So not only he gave you this call, but he also made that way of escape to make sure that you were out of harm's way, to show you that he spared you for greater.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
That's
You're
right. That's right. Yeah, you would have thought I would have known better after God gave me this call. I went back to the streets. So I'm asking anybody out there, what wake-up call do you have in your life right now that you didn't answer, that you're not answering? Something happened in your life too. That was your wake-up call and you didn't answer it. So you're going to end up dead or in jail like my cousin, his pregnant baby mama, or me? See, my life was so gone, I couldn't even hear the wake-up call. Through jail, through prison, or my cousin and his pregnant baby mama getting shot execution style. I still went back to the streets. Like, that's crazy. Who does that? What's your wake-up call?
That's right.
Put snooze on. What's your wake-up call? I'll give you 30 seconds. Write it down. What's your wake-up call?
That's right.
Write it down. What's your wake-up call? I'll give you 30 seconds.
You might be in the midst of your wake-up call now. That's probably why some of you might be listening to this knowing, because you're in your wake-up call, but you're so locked into that mindset that you can't even see God making a way for you, trying to give you a way of escape. So it might not be a wake-up call you were in. Somebody might be currently sitting in a wake-up call. And this might be God knocking, saying, hey, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Amen. That's true.
That's right.
So
you know what? I should have been locked up, dead, in prison for the rest of my life. But I'm out.
That's
and
right.
I did finally answer that wake-up call.
That's
Christ
right.
is my wake-up call. What's
Yes.
your wake-up call?
Yes, 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 yes. And tell us, out of this birth something else. So, yes, you're still doing the music that you love. You still have that passion for the music, for the MC, but the message has just changed.
That's
So
right.
you are still reaching people. You're still, doing what you love to do, but for the right purpose, for
Amen.
his purpose.
For
But
his
not
purpose.
only that, now God has added another feather in your hat. I'm not just sitting here talking to my brother, the artist, the MC. I'm sitting here talking to my brother, the business owner, the motivational speaker, but I'm
Amen.
talking to my brother, the author.
Yes,
Tell us
yes.
about Prison to Power. Tell us about it.
All right. Basically, what the prison, you talking about the Prison to Power book, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Prison to Power, and a person think of Prison to Power, I don't want you to just think of being locked up, because it's more than just being locked up. Before you can be locked up inside a physical prison, you got to be locked up inside a mental prison, right? So basically, your mental prison starts in your mind. So basically, Prison to Power it's my life of losing my parents at a young age. Everything I talked just explained to y'all. Living with my aunt. What me and my aunt went through, going out into the streets, hanging out with the wrong crowd, going through prison, getting out, doing the music, everything I just explained about my cousin, my cousin getting shot execution style, and going to prison for the second time, which I didn't even get to that part yet, but going to prison for the second time and finding Christ in prison for the second time. So basically what this book teaches you, it teaches you not to make the mistakes. I tell you all the mistakes I did, so you will know what mistakes not to make. For the young people, know what mistakes not to make. You'll see what I did. So what I did, don't do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you in this book. See what I did and don't do it. If you don't do what I did, you will be successful. And then I show you, if you have made a mistake, what I did, I show you how to be successful at the end. And that's giving your life to God. Matthew 6:33. That's where your success comes. Success comes in giving your life to God. That's what a success is. Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things to be added unto you. All things to be added unto you.
Yes,
that's
Lord.
right. But you got to seek that righteousness first. Don't
that's
forget
right.
the righteousness part, because that's the part that's going to change your life, the righteousness.
That's
if
right.
you're not seeking the righteousness, your life ain't going to change.
That's right, because that's right. And it says his righteousness, not this new man-made, let me finagle the word and find a way to make this coincide with what I want to do. No, total surrender. Total surrender.
Yeah.
Your life is no longer your own. Your choices are no longer your own. Your words and actions and the way that you interact with people and say and do, the life you lead is no longer your own. You surrender it total to him. So his success is your success. All that he has for you is yours because you're walking in obedience. That's right. The best. Tell us where they can find the book. If they want to find the book, if they want to find your music, tell us where we can find you.
Well, you can find the book. You can go on Amazon right now and you can find the book. You can download the book off of Amazon. You also can go to my website, which is www.kentosborne.com. I just checked my website today. It might be having some issues. I got to get with WorldStar and see what's going on with that. But www.kentosborne.com. You can also grab it there. And sometimes I'll be sharing the link on Facebook where you can basically just purchase it off PayPal, and I mail you out a signed copy. If you want me to sign it, I can mail you out a signed copy, and I usually send out a CD along with it. My Soaring CD, I send the Soaring CD, and I send the book with it, because all of it work together. All of it is part of the testimony. So that's where you can find that book at.
And your music, if we want to purchase your music and sow into your ministry and know more about you, where do we purchase the music?
All right, the music, you can go to iTunes. You go to iTunes, you can purchase the music off of iTunes, and you also can go to www.kentosborne.com. You can go to my website. My website is a big storefront. Everything is on there, from the trucking services, everything, the music, everything is on that website. So everything you want.
One-stop shop, people. Do you hear? One-stop shop at KentOsborne.com.
Yes, that's it. KentOsborne.com. You can go there and find everything you want, man. If you want to book me for a motivational to come speak to your youth, the detention centers, I even go to the jail, the prisons. So I'm speaking at prisons and everything. So whatever you need me to do, reach out to me, man. I'll come speak. I come empower. I come give them the word. Whatever you need me to do, I come do it. Just reach out to your big bro KO.
Woo! All right. Is there any last thing that you want to say? Anything that you want to leave the Testify Tuesday crew with on tonight?
Yeah, I forgot to give you my I want to give y'all my email address, which is kenosborn@gmail.com. That's how you can get in contact with the email. I'm on all my social media sites. I'm on Facebook, Ken Osborne 35. I'm on Twitter, Ken Osborne. I'm on Instagram, Ken Osborne, and I got a gang of I got a gang of videos on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, you'll see all kind of videos, inspirational videos, music videos, your testimonies. You'll see everything. Just go to YouTube, type in Ken Osborne. And what I want to leave with y'all today is, man, listen, I don't care what you done been through in your life. The most terriblest thing that you can think of that you did in your life, listen, God can forgive you, man. God can forgive you.
Lord.
All he asks is that you ask for forgiveness, repent of your sins, because he already know what you done. He sees everything. There's no closed door. He already knows what you done. All he wants you to do is just admit your sins and ask for forgiveness and believe in him. And I'm telling you, he will forgive you no matter what you done been through. Y'all heard my story, man. Y'all heard my story. And if God was able to use me and bring me from where he brought me from, he can do it for you. He can do it for anybody. So don't never think you done so much that God can't do it for you, man. You can rise up. I'm talking about from wherever you at in your life, from the lowest, from the pits, from prison. I went from prison. So from the lowest, you can rise up and become great through Jesus Christ. So always remember that.
And we thank you so much, bro. I cannot wait till You First family gets together. I don't know if it's going to be what it's going to be for first, because we have so many things in the pipe to do, but I cannot wait to just meet up with you again and just be able to talk about the goodness of Jesus. I thank you so much. Before I let you go, I want to make sure that your Facebook page is just Kent Osborne. For your Facebook page, they can go and follow you now, right?
Yeah. I mean, I got a couple. You can follow Kent Osborne. That's the regular page, and Kent Osborne 35 is the music page.
Ken Osborne 35 for the music page. All right. Well, I want to thank you. You keep us in prayer. We'll keep you in prayer. This was phenomenal. I thank you so much for coming and sharing your testimony with us and allowing us to be able to share it over the internet. The replays will be on YouTube so that we can help uplift and encourage somebody else who might find themselves in a situation that you have come out of. So I want to thank you personally for taking the time, even with all of the hurdles we had to jump over to get the interview started. We made it, and I want to thank you. I appreciate you, and God bless you from the bottom of my heart. You are amazing, and I cannot wait to hear more from you for the next book to come out and for your testimony to continue.
And the movie. And the movie.
Yeah,
don't forget the 10-minute short film I'm working on right now. Already been writing. So start looking for actors. It's basically what's going to be about. The part is the 10-minute. The part is going to be about is the part where I was talking about how my cousin got shot execution style.
Okay.
It's going to be that part right there. It's 10 minutes of that, but it's going to be at the ending. It's a message. The message we started with the ending first, so it's a whole message behind it. But we're going to act everything out, so it's going to be like, man, it's going to be real intense.
Well, I am looking forward to hearing and seeing and viewing that. Yeah. All right. Well, God bless you. Thank you again, and we'll talk again soon.
All right. Thank you. Y'all be blessed.
You be blessed too. Testify Tuesday crew, did I not tell you guys that this man of God was going to bless you from just the passion that he has for the young people, for the passion that he has for those who may be at the low point of their lives, the low point of their story, the passion that he has for spreading the love and forgiveness of Jesus Christ, and how he can tell you, stand flat-footed and tell you, God will forgive you. Jesus Christ loves you so much that if you turn it over to him, there is nothing too hard or too bad for him to fix and forgive. And that's all Testify Tuesday is about, sharing what God has done. So just a few announcements. We want you to tune in this week coming for the last Tuesday of October, where our guest will be Superwoman herself, Tina Hobson of the I Am a Superwoman Radio Network. You do not want to miss this lady's testimony. She is going to come full of fire for Jesus, spirit, knowledge, wisdom, and experience. So you come on in and hear what she has to say on next week. Remember, Monday, I will be ending out the Pep Talk with Ree takeover. Felicia Joseph, the Anointed Songbird, has taken over Pep Talk with Ree for the month of October. We will be ending our domestic violence, Her Purple Heart series on this Monday at 8 p.m. It will stream live on the Jerry Royce Live page from Facebook. If you can't tune into the radio broadcast, it will go live right here on Facebook. Keep us in prayer. Tomorrow, a few of the You First Management artists, myself included, will be traveling to Augusta, Georgia, so that we can minister and fellowship with the 6th annual One Nation Under God ONUG Music Festival in the park, 1600 Pendleton King Park in Augusta, Georgia. It starts at 11 a.m. It goes, I think, until 5 p.m. So you guys come out. It'll be music, all genres of music, good food, fellowship, games, fun, vendors, everything. Just a good time. So if you're in the Augusta area, I cordially invite you to come on out. I'll be ministering. Real be ministering. I saw Bivens Walker on the line. Bivens Walker and Unity will be ministering. There will be a lot of great music and fellowship on that day. Then remember, I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anything. Then remember, next Saturday, November the 3rd, we will be in Birmingham, Alabama. So we'll be ministering in Birmingham on November the 3rd. But you guys can keep your eyes on my page, Felicia Joseph Music, or my personal page, Felicia Joseph, or go see the website, FeliciaJoseph.com, for more information about upcoming events. If that is it, with all hearts and minds clear, we're going to go before the Lord in prayer to close out. Father, in the name of Jesus, God, we thank you for yet another successful testimony time here on social media. God, we thank you for all that has been said. We thank you for all that has been done. God, it has been done to edify and glorify your name and to bring glory to you and your kingdom. God, we thank you for being with us, God. We thank you for coming in and letting your sweet spirit just be felt over social media between us as we spoke of your goodness. God, we ask you as we start this weekend that you go with us, God. Help us, God, to be hearers and doers of your word. Help us, God, to let our light so shine that men might know and see you through us and want to come and give their lives to you as well. God, help us to say the right things. Help us to smile at that person that just needs that loving smile. Help us to be obedient to your will and your way and your word, oh God. God, we ask you, God, to take over, God, any situation, God, that befalls your children, anybody that's battling depression, loss, hurt, anybody who has lost their job, anybody that's battling financial difficulties, anybody that is going through things with their minds, God, anybody that's battling stress, anxiety, anything that may be holding your children down, God, we plead the blood of Jesus right now. In the name of Jesus, you can break that chain and it will remain broken. God, we ask this knowing that you are capable and more than willing to do it. We love you. We give you glory, honor, and praise. Until we meet again, we say thank God and amen. All
Amen.
right, Testify Tuesday crew. This is Joseph, the Anointed Songbird, and your big bro KO signing off. See you all next week. Bye-bye.